House Homeland Security Committee Chairman Peter King facing opposition from fellow Republicans on gun control legislation that he's proposing in the wake of the tragedy in Tucson. King wants to make it illegal to carry firearms within 1,000 feet of federal officials. Both House Speaker John Boehner and Majority Leader Eric Cantor releasing statements opposing that plan. Now New York Congresswoman Carolyn McCarthy and New Jersey Senator Frank Lautenberg are introducing legislation that would ban high-capacity ammunition magazines like the one used to shoot Gabrielle Giffords and the 19 others in Tucson. Congressman Peter King joins us now live. Congressman King, you're getting you're being bucked by the leadership of your own party in Congress on this plan. Do you expect to proceed?
Well, yeah, I expect to go forward, and there's not a disagreement here that I have with many people in the Republican Party. But the reality is this is a very serious situation, and my legislation would, in effect, prevent people from bringing guns to events, which include a president, vice president, United States senator, United States congressman. And it's done not even so much to protect the individual office holders, but to give a greater feeling of security so people will not be afraid to come out. It'll protect them. Again, with Congresswoman Giffords, as tragic as it was that she was so seriously wounded, you had 6 other people killed and 12 wounded. So it's not just to protect the member of Congress, but the public, and also to encourage people to come out to events because they will know people will not have guns at that event except for law enforcement officials.
But I don't mean to be flip here, but a guy like Jared Loughner, who seems to be mentally unhinged, he's not going to pay attention to a law like that, right? Is he?
No, absolutely not. But it gives the police the extra power. For instance, police are trained in behavioral mannerisms. They can spot telltale signs, in some cases, not in all. And this would give them the opportunity, if they see someone, for instance, touching his pocket or whatever mannerisms they have, to go up, talk to him, in fact, see if he has a gun. So, no, I don't expect the assailant himself to cooperate with the law, but it gives the police the extra power they need. Now, I've had security details. I know a number of detectives. I've spoken with them. They believe this would give them an extra power, an extra strength that they would need to protect people at public events such as this. And quite frankly, I don't see what harm there is in telling people they can't bring a gun to a public event when there's a President of the United States or a United States Senator there. To me, this is not a restriction of the Second Amendment. It's an effective regulation, a common sense regulation, where no one's rights being violated, but hopefully people's lives being saved.
Well, you mentioned something interesting. You said police are trained to be on the lookout for people who may be carrying something they shouldn't be. In the Giffords situation, the Congress on the Corner meeting, there weren't any police present at all. If you simply had police there, wouldn't that accomplish much of the same thing you're trying to do?
Not entirely, because even if the police had been there and they saw someone who may be carrying a gun, they couldn't do anything about it, because in Arizona a person can carry a concealed weapon. So what I'm saying is you cannot have a gun or a concealed weapon within 1,000 feet of an event sponsored by a member or attended by a member of Congress, president, vice president, senator. So it's to, in effect, protect the people who are coming, and also to give the police the extra power they would need, so that if they do see someone with a gun or someone who might have a gun, they can go up and talk to them, question them, and escort them away.
We are going to get into this debate a little bit later on, but I wanted to get your take on it very quickly. The House Republicans, your party, had scheduled a vote for this week on the repeal of health care. Now it appears that that is going to be on hold, partly as a result of the emotions that have been rubbed so raw by this shooting. When do you think is an appropriate time to take up that issue?
I think we should do it as soon as we can. If not next week, then the week after. I think that democracy needs vibrant debate. I can see why we didn't have it this week, or maybe not even next week. But we have to get back to regular business. I think to honor a Congresswoman Giffords, who certainly fought hard for her positions, I see nothing wrong with hard, honest debate. To me, that's what democracy is about, and we allow the assailants to win if we stifle our, free democratic speech back and forth, the give and take of debate. That's what our country is all about. That's what makes us different. We do debate. We don't use guns. That's what our political system is about. So I think as soon as we can get back to vibrant debate, the better.
Congressman Peter King, Republican of New York, thanks.
Thank you, John.